trusted news source, ABC6 News at Noon.
Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us on this Monday afternoon. We take a live look outside with our sky cam and another absolutely gorgeous southern New England summer day. Chelsea's in the Weather Center with your first forecast. Hi, Chelsea.
Hey, Doreen. Good afternoon to you. Hi, everyone. The beautiful weather that we had on Saturday and Sunday continues into the start of our work week, and so many people that had to work over the weekend get Monday off. Today's a great day out there, a picture-perfect day to get out and enjoy it. You're looking at low 80s outside in Providence right now. Breeze is coming in to the south-southwest. That's going to eventually bring in more humid air, but at the moment our dew points are in the upper 50s range, so we're feeling relatively comfortable out there, all things considered. You're looking at temperatures in the low 80s for Providence, for Norwood, up in Boston and New Bedford in the low 80s. The rest of us in the mid to upper 70s range. Most inland spots right now are about 5 degrees warmer than where they were yesterday at this time. Up in Boston, 10 degrees warmer right now with that wind shift, and along the coastline, temperatures today stay in the mid to upper 70s because the breeze is now coming in off the water. We all have plenty of sunshine besides a few passing fair weather clouds. We are looking at a nice bright afternoon. Temperatures in the low to mid 80s, exactly where they should be for this time of year. Again, this is the Providence area, a few degrees cooler at the coast today. Now, while we're relatively comfortable today, the muggy factor goes up overnight. I'll have a look at a hot and humid couple of days ahead of us coming up in just a few minutes. Doreen?
All right, Chelsea, thank you. And new at noon today, a tractor trailer rollover in Warwick leads to the airport connector ramp being blocked off this morning. This happened just before 10 a.m. Earlier, our crews on scene could see firefighters working to pull a person from the truck. We'll update you on this developing story on ABC6 News, first at 4. And Foster police releasing the names of the 2 teenagers killed in a crash last week. Michael Matthews and Peyton Baxter, both just 17 years old. They died when their car rolled over on Salisbury Road last Thursday. This was around 6 a.m. Both teens were students at Pontigansett High School. 2 other teens in the car were taken to the hospital. They're both expected to be okay. And now to the pain at the pump. After reaching record highs earlier this year, gas prices have been steadily declining. In fact, one gas station in Rhode Island is already offering drivers a pretty big discount. ABC6 News reporter Yanni Tregellis has that story from Tiverton.
After 4 straight weeks of gas prices falling here in Rhode Island, state average currently sits at $4.71 per gallon. You can see here at George's Gas and Service in Tiverton, the price per gallon is $4.21 per gallon, 50 cents cheaper than the state average. And the owner of George's Gas and Service, who I spoke with, tells me that people are driving from all over southern New England to fill their tanks here at this discount. Soaring gas prices through the first half of 2022 have put a pinch on people's wallets across the country.
This is just getting ridiculous with these high gas prices.
After previously surpassing $5 averages for a gallon of regular in Rhode Island, prices have now declined for 4 weeks straight. AAA reports the average cost to fill your tank in the Ocean State is now $4.71 per gallon. That price still $1.68 more than 1 year ago, which is why the owner of George's Gas and Service in Tiverton has slashed his prices, with diesel drivers now filling up for 70 cents less than the 601 average and 50 cents cheaper for a gallon of regular.
It's $4.21. It's still expensive, but they are happy with the fact that actually we're doing something for them.
Since lowering prices 2 weeks ago, drivers have noticed the difference.
I've noticed the lower price and started coming.
Why I'm here. I live right down the road and I drive by every day, so I fill up here all the time.
Lines stretching onto the road.
Oh, it's massive. I mean, try filling up dump trucks, excavators, skid steers, and all that. $560 for 2 trucks and an excavator. We own 10 trucks.
Petroleum experts predict we could see another week of this downward trend, but fear if the price of oil surges again, prices will once again be on the rise.
Everything's more expensive. I mean, there's really nothing else to say.
Al Zabak telling ABC6, even with his below-market prices, he's still profiting nearly 30 cents per gallon on sales. The small business owner now calling on bigger companies to follow his lead and offer drivers some relief at the pump.
Great. Agreed. Absolute greed. The barrel is $105. The price on the market should not be $4.50.
And George does tell me that he has seen a boom in business in the last 2 weeks since he's dropped his prices lower than his competition. But experts do say that July is the busiest month with the most Americans driving on the road. So they do predict that prices could go up again in the next few weeks if the price of oil does go up once again. Reporting in Tiverton, Yanni Triggelis, ABC6 News.
All right, Yanni, thank you. And to find the cheapest gas around, you can use our ABC6 Southern New England gas tracker. Just head to our website, abc6.com. You can find it right under the community tab. Well, a person was grazed by a bullet in downtown Providence, right near the Providence Place Mall yesterday. Police say shots were fired in front of the Renaissance Hotel around 2 in the afternoon. The victim and suspect believed to have known each other. Some guests at the hotel tell ABC6 they couldn't check in for a brief time while police processed the scene. No word yet on any arrests. Also in Providence, shots were fired into a jewelry store on Wickenden Street. Alexis Heroic has more.
Shots were fired into Diamond Bar Jewelry on Wickenden Street in Providence on Sunday night. The incident happened around 7:30 p.m. and as you can see here, the windows have since been boarded up, but the glass still remains. Locals tell us they heard multiple gunshots around 7:30, and as you can see here, this business was victim to a random act of violence. I spoke to the owners of Diamond Bar Jewelry who tell me nothing was stolen and Providence police are still investigating, but tell us that no one was injured, and they're not sure exactly what led up to this shots fired incident, but we'll keep you updated as we learn more.
A body was pulled from the Blackstone River in Woonsocket last night. Police searching for a missing person in the water about 7:30. Chief Thomas Oates tells ABC6 the medical examiner's office responded to take the body away. An autopsy will be conducted by police, but they do not believe there is any criminal element at play here. Area police departments are warning of a phone scam. A lot of Rhode Islanders seem to be impacted, at least judging from social media comments. North Kingstown police posting this screenshot on Facebook. They say no, they are not selling t-shirts for a fundraiser. And if you get this text on your phone, it's a scam. Several departments say they're getting complaints of the same scam message going out to residents. Block Island's interim police chief is set to provide an update on the 4th of July weekend there. As we told you last week, Rhode Island State Police confirmed they are investigating a sexual assault on the island. During the New Shoreham Town Council meeting last week, Chief Peter Shabbat said there are multiple investigations going on with the assistance of the state police. Tonight's Town Council meeting starts at 7 o'clock at Town Hall. In Cranston, Mayor Ken Hopkins wants the City Council's Finance Committee to, in his office's words, put the brakes on 2 new school contracts. The Finance Committee is set to meet tonight to hear testimony on those contracts for teachers and paraprofessionals. Hopkins said he wants the contract sent back to the school committee for further discussion and budget reductions. Hopkins is laying off 9 city employees effective Friday amid a budget crunch. And new details now on a fire on Nantucket this weekend. This is a historic veranda house, a hotel that dates back to the 17th century. It got fire early Saturday. An off-duty fire captain happened to be getting coffee nearby. He jumped into action, running into the building, getting multiple people out safely. A Good Samaritan also helped guiding people out of windows. All the guests and staff escaped. That fire captain and 3 other firefighters were sent to the hospital. Still to come here on ABC6 News at noon. We'll have the latest on the new COVID subvariant. Scientists calling it the most transmissible yet. Plus, a shutdown baby formula plant reopens. Details on the production. And later, the fire in Yosemite that threatens some of the most famous trees in America. Back now with the latest on the coronavirus. Scientists are tracking a subvariant of Omicron that is the most transmissible yet and already dominant in the U.S. 3/4 of Americans are living in counties with medium or high COVID risk levels. ABC's Rena Roy has the latest.
As the U.S. continues its battle against COVID-19, scientists are trying to keep up with new variants infecting Americans. The Omicron subvariant BA5 is now the most transmissible yet, accounting for more than half of new cases nationwide. Moderna announcing an updated vaccine that appears to produce more neutralizing antibodies against all variants, including BA5, compared to its current vaccine. The company planning to submit its data to the FDA this week. Right now in the U.S., we're averaging about 100,000 new cases a day, and nearly 300 people are reported lost to the virus each day. In New York City, new cases are up more than 25% in the last 2 weeks. Officials recommending masking up indoors once again, with experts saying previous infection does not guarantee protection.
You could theoretically be infected with multiple Omicron subvariants.
California battling a positivity rate second only to the state's Omicron peak last winter. And experts think actual case numbers could be much higher because many are testing at home and not reporting those results. And now scientists are keeping an eye on another new subvariant of Omicron called BA2.75. Just 2 cases have been detected in the U.S. And while it's too soon to say whether it will become dominant across the country, it has some mutations that are concerning to scientists.
The mutations in Omicron BA5's spike protein give it the ability to be incredibly infectious and escape antibodies. And Omicron BA2.75 has even more mutations.
With 67% of the country fully vaccinated, hospitalizations are just 1/4 of what they were in January at the peak of Omicron, but still 71 million Americans haven't received a single shot. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
And still to come on ABC6 News at noon, the government takes action, hoping to stop those auto warranty robocalls. And we'll check in with Chelsea for a look at the hot forecast for the days ahead right after this. In consumer news today, the plant at the center of the nationwide baby formula shortage is back open again. The Abbott formula plant in Sturgis, Michigan was shut down for 3 weeks because of flooding from severe storms. That's after the months-long shutdown after an FDA inspection found deadly bacteria there. Production had been up and running for less than 2 weeks before that storm forced the company to close again. The government cracking down on auto warranty robocalls. The FCC has authorized phone companies to stop delivering the calls, which are now under investigation. The agency says the auto warranty scam has resulted in 8 billion calls since 2018. Well, if you're flying this summer, odds are growing that your suitcases may not make it with you. Lost luggage rates are climbing. One baggage tracking company telling the Wall Street Journal that the rate of bags reported lost last month was significantly higher than in pre-pandemic 2019, with international and connecting flights the worst. Airline and airport executives mostly blame staffing issues.
And now, your ABC6 Storm Tracker weather with meteorologist Chelsea Priest.
Well, it's another beautiful day here in southern New England. We had gorgeous weather on Saturday, gorgeous weather on Sunday, and that's continuing outside on our Monday over Block Island. Right now, you can see lots of blue sky. You're noticing temperatures that are climbing into the upper 70s and low 80s for our inland spots. The one issue today is that it's starting to get a bit breezy, and that's going to be the case for the afternoon. That wind coming in from the south-southwest, some gusts up to about 20 to 25 miles per hour at times later today. Keeps us a few degrees cooler at the coastline than our inland spots, but there's a low rip risk. We had a high tide at 6 o'clock this morning. Our next high tide around 6:30 this evening. Low tide happened about an hour ago at 11:25 this morning. Temps right now are in the 70s along the coastline, 76 in Newport, 77 in Westerly, 75 at the moment for Block Island, low 80s in Providence, low 80s in New Bedford, 83 up in Norwood, 83 in Boston as well. Highs in the Providence area today are going to come up into that mid 80s range, a couple of degrees warmer than what we experienced over the weekend. The average high is 84 degrees as we head into the middle part of July, and we're going to continue to see these temperatures staying warm through our entire 7-day forecast. Tomorrow, temperatures make it into the mid 80s. That's going to come with higher humidity levels, which typically makes us feel even a few degrees warmer. And Wednesday, it looks like many of us will get close to 90 degrees for our inland spots, which we haven't hit 90 yet this year. It's a little late in the season for us to not have had a 90-degree day. We've had a couple 89-degree days, but not 90 yet. So we'll be watching that as we head into the middle part of the week. And it looks like even through the end of the week and into the weekend, those temperatures stay in the low to mid 80s range. Again, the breeze is starting to pick up, coming in out of the southwest right now, 5 to 15 miles per hour. There's been some gusts in the 15 to 25 mile per hour range, and will stay breezy through later today and breezy into tomorrow as well, which continues to pump in some higher dew points, which means higher humidity levels. What you're looking at outside right now, dew points are still in the 50s range, which means we're still relatively comfortable, all things considered, thinking that we're into the low 80s and it's the middle of July. Tomorrow, though, our dew points really start to climb. By 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, we're feeling very humid outside. We'll continue to see high dew points as we head through tomorrow afternoon, getting close to 70 degrees at times tomorrow evening, overnight, and into the start of the day on Wednesday. Wednesday stays pretty humid as well. Satellite radar image shows you dry conditions outside right now. You'll see sunshine outside for the remainder of the day today. You get a few passing fair weather clouds at times. It won't be until tomorrow evening that we track the risk of a few isolated showers or perhaps even a storm. Dry through this afternoon, clear overnight. We head into tomorrow. You end up with a couple passing clouds into the afternoon. Better chance of some showers and storms develops later in the day. The risk is higher up to our north and our west, not so much for us. And we'll continue to see dry conditions as we head into Wednesday. From the Storm Prediction Center, you can see Western Mass, Western Connecticut highlighted for the risk of some stronger storms possible. Most of that line weakens as it gets a little bit closer to us. What you're looking at is sunshine for Wednesday, highs around 90 degrees, mid to upper 80s on Thursday, feeling pretty humid.
Oh boy.
Yes.
I guess it is almost mid-July.
Yeah, we
here,
haven't
right?
hit 90. It's late that we haven't hit 90
Okay.
yet, so we'll see if it happens.
All right, but we'll enjoy today too. Thanks, Chels. Still to come here on the news at noon, the giant sequoias threatened. The latest on the fire in Yosemite and the efforts to save these giant trees. Now to news that's trending today. The wildfire burning out of control in Yosemite National Park and the efforts to save a grove of iconic sequoia trees. Hundreds of trees, some of them thousands of years old, are threatened, including one of the most famous trees in America. ABC's Will Carr has the latest.
This morning, nearly 500 firefighters on the front lines battling the Washburn fire from the ground and the air. The blaze scorching parts of Yosemite National Park. Planes flying over the thick smoke, showering the forest with bright red retardant. A cabin seen draped in tinfoil to survive the flames. Firefighters racing to protect the grove of giant sequoias in Yosemite, the iconic trees thousands of years old. Sprinklers protecting the grizzly giant, a sequoia that's well over 200 feet, while other parts of the forest burn.
When you've got the fire coming through, it's cooking the bases of those trees. It's either going to climb up them or it burns at the bottom of them. Boom. And we keep hearing boom after boom as these trees come down.
The fire more than doubling its size in one day, turning parts of the forest and popular summer vacation destination into a hellscape. Fierce flames leading to smothering smoke.
Crews are doing everything they can to protect those sequoias, including starting this backfire. They're hoping that these flames will cut off the fire's path.
The blaze creating a firenado, debris shooting into the air, causing a close call for one plane flying over the area.
This fire is leading to bad air quality across the area, and this entire region is in a mega drought right now. We're expecting extremely dry conditions throughout the rest of the week, but there's not going to be much winds, and the firefighters here on the front lines tell us they hope to gain the upper hand over the next 48 hours. In Yosemite National Park, Will Carr, ABC News.
And still to come here on the news at noon. Do you have a few million lying around? Well, this dinosaur skeleton could be yours. Details on an upcoming auction. Plus, Chelsea has another look at your afternoon forecast right after this. Well, a unique item from the past is going up for grabs. Sotheby's, New York is auctioning off this skeleton of a Gorgosaurus, which is the cousin to the T-Rex. This carnivore lived on the Earth around 77 million years ago during the Cretaceous period. The fossil is 10 feet tall, 22 feet long, expected to sell for around $8 million. It was discovered in 2018 in Montana. So cool.
How's it not in a museum somewhere?
I know. I feel like that's where it should go. Or
Right?
it makes me think of the not the one that's out now, but the other Jurassic Park where he
Yes.
had all the skeletons in his home.
I know. I guess that would
Yes.
be somebody that would have $8 million to
Right,
spend
exactly.
on it. Not me, unfortunately. We are looking at a really gorgeous day out there. The beautiful weather from the weekend continues today. Temps in the low to mid 80s. Keep in mind these temps that you're seeing on the 7-day are for inland spots. We have a breeze from the south-southwest. It keeps us a little bit cooler at the beaches, but still warm at the beaches in the coming days. We're humid overnight. We have a slight chance of an isolated shower or storm tomorrow evening. Hot and humid on Wednesday. Another slight chance of an isolated shower or storm Thursday evening. All in all, not a ton of rain in that 7-day forecast, which is nice when you want to have outdoor plans, but we could use a little bit of rain right now.
Yeah, you might just need to splash yourself with water by Wednesday, right?
Things are dry out there for sure.
Thanks, Chelsea. Thank you for joining us for the news at noon. The news continues first at 4. Have a great day, everybody.